how the hell did you sell to these law enforcement agencies early on when you yourself had no clue how to do that? You didn't even know it was your target customer. How'd you get your first 10 is maybe my direct question.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I have this very visceral memory. I was in San Francisco. I was having breakfast with Jeff Lewis. I had pitched the day before to the board, hey, I want to go aggressively into local law enforcement. And my pitch was like, I'm going to go hire this world-class sales leader. They're going to go build a team of SDRs and AEs. And it's the classic go-to-market pitch. And in very classic Jeff framing, he's like, Garrett, it's a horrible idea. You will fail. You need to pick up a bag and just go start booking deals. And that might be obvious, right? But it's very rare that a VC sits you down and tells it to you straight. It's easier to be founder friendly and just say yeah, it's a great plan, Garrett. Good luck. And his advice, though, was don't go do it in Atlanta because no one's going to give you credit for that. And so I started flying every Sunday to Los Angeles, and I'd spend 3 days a week there, just driving to random cities in LA, cold emailing, showing up at police chiefs' offices being like, I'm from Flock, you never heard of me, can I give you a demo? At the same time, one of my early employees, Bailey, was doing that in in Houston. It's every Sunday we'd fly out, we'd spend 3 days there, classic cold calling, traveling salesman with a bag in our hands. And the interesting thing that we figured out, to your point, is that these guys don't get cold called that often.
Yeah, they're desperate.
Not like a CMO or a CEO of a tech startup where it's my inbox is just spam. And we were showing up in person with a physical product that we could show. We could hang it up on a tree or hang up a pole and be like, let's go catch some bad guys. And where we got kind of, lightning in a bottle is we'd go put the camera up on a busy street. And so take somewhere like Walnut, California, one of our first customers. I was there with the police chief, hung up a camera on one of their busiest roads, and within the first hour, a stolen car drives by.
No way.
And I'm like, you want to just go get? Should we go get them? Right? And then it's pretty easy to then end the conversation with well, do you want me just to send you an invoice and I can leave the camera here? And most chiefs said yes. And so one of the cool things I remember very vividly at the next board meeting, being able to say hey, every single flight I take to LA, I generate roughly $50,000 of ARR.